Very good morning, students. In a previous lecture, we are discussing about elimination reactions. Elimination reactions are not the only part of haloalkanes and halorines. In other different organic compounds also, we will come across with elimination reactions. So, I am discussing in detail, even though it is not mentioned in case of NCERT. You may get some of the questions based upon elimination reactions. It is not only restricted to what NCERT syllabus. In yesterday's class, we are discussing about differences between E1 and E2 reaction. Those are the two important types of beta elimination reaction. Totally elimination reaction is having three types: alpha elimination, beta elimination, and gamma elimination. Alpha elimination is also known as 1-1 elimination. Beta elimination is also called as 1-2 elimination. Similarly, gamma elimination is known as 1-3 elimination. If the elimination takes place from the same carbon atom, it is commonly called as alpha elimination. If the elimination of atoms or group of atom takes place from the adjacent carbon atom, it is commonly called as beta elimination. Fine. And if the elimination takes place usually from the terminal carbon atom, generally it is called as what? Gamma elimination or 1-3 type of elimination reaction. Now, out of these three types of elimination reaction, the most important one is the beta elimination. And beta elimination again classified into three different types, that is E1 reaction, unimolecular elimination reaction, E2 reaction, it is also bimolecular elimination reaction. Next one, E1CV, that is unimolecular conjugate base elimination reaction. So now we will concentrate upon these two types of reactions, that is E1 as well as E2 elimination reaction. So first I will go with the first one, that is E1 elimination reaction. What is E1 elimination reaction? Yesterday we have discussed some of the points related to this E1 as well as E2 reaction. So this particular E1 reaction is nothing but unimolecular elimination reaction. This one is a unimolecular, unimolecular elimination reaction. Based on the differences between yesterday's differences between E1 and E2, E1 is following the unimolecular elimination, E2 is going to be bimolecular elimination. This reaction takes place in two steps, whereas E2 reaction takes place in single step. In E1 reaction, there is a formation of carbocation. If we go with one simple example, this is RCH, it is CH2. This is going to be what? An halogen, and here it is going to be an, instead of writing CH3, here I am writing this one as H. When this particular reaction is carried out in presence of a weak base, E1 reaction always takes place in presence of a weak base. Either it may be CH3OH, or it may be C2H5OH, or it may be even in presence of water followed by heating. Suppose if we carry out this particular reaction in presence of any particular weak base, elimination reaction takes place, and that elimination is commonly called as E1, that is unimolecular elimination reaction. So this particular hydrogen as well as halogen are eliminated, hydrogen and halogen. So this is alpha, this is beta carbon atom. If the elimination takes place from the alpha as well as beta carbon atom, so it is commonly called as alpha beta elimination. So this is RCH double bond CH2, an alkene formation takes place. Especially in case of alkyl halides, elimination results in the formation of alkene, and such type of reactions are generally called as dehydrohalogenation. It is referred to be as dehydrohalogenation. With respect to alkyl halides, we have to study with this reaction dehydrohalogenation. D refers to what? Removal of what group? Hydrogen as well as halogen. If the removal of hydrogen and halogen takes place from a particular molecule, it is commonly called as what? Dehydrohalogenation reaction. Then what is the mechanism involved in case of this particular E1 reaction? Mechanism. How this reaction takes place? via the formation of respective carbocation. So here first I will go with the molecule, same example I will consider. This is CH2. Now this is X and this is hydrogen. Instead of writing this one, you can write collectively CH3 as it is. So first step, what happens? First step, the formation of carbocation takes place because of elimination of this particular halogen. From this alpha carbon atom, elimination of this particular halogen takes place. That results in the formation of the compound produced is going to be which one? This is R, it is CH. Next one, this is going to be alright CH3 with a positive charge. Now this species is commonly called as carbocation. Suppose if there is any rearrangement takes place, if rearrangement is possible to convert primary into secondary or primary into tertiary carbocation, that rearrangement also takes place. Now this particular reaction in case of this formation of carbocation takes place. Afterwards, the particular weak base is going to be added. Weak base. Weak base means it may be any particular weak base is going to be added. In presence of that particular weak base, elimination of this hydrogen takes place. So now this is the carbocation, elimination of this particular proton. So these electrons are involved in the formation of double bond. When this particular proton is eliminated in presence of a weak base, in presence of a weak base, either it may be CH3OH or any particular substance, so that molecule gets converted into, so this is R, it is CH, it is double bond and CH. So this particular proton gets eliminated and here halogen gets eliminated. Remember one thing very carefully here. In case of even reaction, it takes place in case of two steps. This particular first step is called as slow step, that is formation of carbocation, which is referred to be as RDS. In case of first step, when only this elimination of halogen takes place, only alkyl halide is going to be involved. Hence, rate of the reaction depends upon the concentration of this alkyl halide itself. Rate of the reaction does not depend upon the particular base because first step itself is slow step. In case of slow step, only alkyl halide is present. So because of that reason, here I can write rate is equal to K into this is alkyl halide to the power 1. So because of this reaction, it is called as unimolecular, and also order as well as molecularity of this reaction is equal to 1. So this is an example for, this is a mechanism involved in the what E1, that is unimolecular elimination reaction. One thing you should remember, here weak base is going to be involved, formation of carbocation takes place. If any rearrangement is possible here, that rearrangement also takes place. Afterwards, elimination of this particular hydrogen takes place to form the respective compound, that is what respective alkene, and this one takes place at a particular high temperature. This one takes place at a high temperature. Supposing the same particular molecule, if the same molecule is treated, that is with the same CH3OH, if this is found to be at low temperature, then what is the product? Whether the same alkene is formed here in presence of a particular CH3OH, definitely the product is not found to be an alkene here. If this particular CH3OH is going to be treated at low temperature, this is converted into RCH and this is CH3. This group is OCH3. Now this is commonly called as elimination. This is the product of even reaction. And here in case of this particular case, the product is going to be, it is an SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction means nucleophilic attack takes place. This particular substance can act as a base as well as nucleophile. So this nucleophilic attack takes place at carbon atom. Why here nucleophilic attack takes place and why here elimination takes place? Remember, this is taking place at high temperature, this is taking place at low temperature. Then you can compare between E1 as well as SN1 mechanism. E1 reaction or unimolecular elimination takes place at high temperature in presence of the same reagent. Same molecule, that is carbocation, is converted into a substituted product in presence of same particular CH3OH at a low temperature. So temperature plays very important role in case of this particular reaction. So this is the mechanism which is involved in case of what? Unimolecular elimination reaction. Now I will go with the second one, that is bimolecular elimination reaction, that is commonly called as E2 reaction. Once if I discuss about E2 reaction, mechanism of E2 reaction, then you will be knowing what is the exact difference between the E1 elimination, that is E2 elimination reaction. So second one, this is the number one reaction, this is second one, it is called as E2 elimination reaction. It is E2 reaction. E2 reaction means already we have mentioned it is bimolecular. It is bimolecular elimination reaction. Bimolecular elimination reaction. Elimination reaction. So what is this bimolecular elimination reaction? Already we have discussed about unimolecular elimination reaction, and here we have to go with the bimolecular elimination reaction. In case of this particular bimolecular elimination reaction, I will go with an example. Same example I will consider CH. This is CH2, this is X, and here hydrogen. Fine, same alkyl halide is there. When this particular molecule is treated with the alcoholic KOH, or alcoholic NaOH, or sodamide, or NH3, or sodium hydride, so many different types of reagents. Yesterday I have mentioned about that. In presence of alcoholic KOH, the product obtained here, it is RCH double bond CH2. Now here also the product is going to be alkene. There also product was same alkene, here also it is going to be same alkene. Then what is the difference? This is also called as dehydrohalogenation, no difference. But the mechanism, if you observe how this formation of alkene takes place, that is proceeding in a different path. If you see the mechanism of this particular bimolecular elimination reaction or E2 reaction, see, just I'll consider this particular part. Here this is R, this is CH, next one is CH2, this is H, and here it is going to be halogen. When this particular substance is treated with a strong base like alcoholic KOH, then it was weak base. Now here we have to go with a particular strong base. Strong base. So when this same alkyl halide is treated with a strong base like alcoholic KOH, elimination of hydrogen as well as halogen takes place simultaneously here. But in case of E1 reaction, first elimination of halogen takes place to form the carbocation. Further, carbocation gets converted into alkene by the elimination of hydrogen. So, elimination of halogen and hydrogen takes place in a different step. But here, elimination of hydrogen as well as halogen, elimination of hydrogen and corresponding halogen takes place in case of same step. When elimination of hydrogen and halogen takes place in case of same step, there is a formation of an intermediate that is referred to be as commonly transition state. How the transition state formation takes place? So here, in case of this particular molecule, hydrogen, I'll mention hydrogen here. This is hydrogen. Now first what happens? Alcoholic KOH means this is a strong base. What is the nature of this strong base? Strong base is going to be the one which can abstract, which can attract the particular hydrogen atom very quickly. When hydrogen atom so here this particular alkyl halide is treated with alcoholic KOH. Here strong base is there. Strong base has the tendency to attract the proton very quickly. When this particular proton is going to be separated from this molecule, when it is going to be eliminated, usually one of the particular property of this E2 mechanism is this is taking place with anti-elimination. What is the meaning of anti-elimination? Anti-elimination refers to Elimination of hydrogen as well as halogen takes place when they are in opposite direction. First, elimination of hydrogen does not take place from the same direction where the halogen atom is present, because this is also considered as one of the nucleophile. This particular substance never attacks on the carbon atom from the same side of the corresponding nucleophile. It attacks on the opposite side. Hydrogen should be present in opposite direction, usually at an angle of 180 degree. That is commonly this particular position is going to be known as anti-periplanar position. If the hydrogen and halogen are present in anti-periplanar position, then only elimination takes place. That is commonly called as anti-elimination. Now when hydrogen slowly it is going to be separating from this alkyl halide, what happens here? This is R, next one this is carbon, it is hydrogen, fine. Next one, this is the single bond, it is going to be CH2. When this base is going to be removing hydrogen atom, it gets this is bond is going to be gets weakened. This is going to be hydrogen, and this hydrogen is eliminated in presence of a particular OH minus. Now this particular OH minus pulls at hydrogen atom, as a result bond gets weakened, and these electrons are going to be donated to this carbon atom to form the carbon-carbon double bond. And when the carbon-carbon double bond is formed here, valency of carbon atom, this is 1, this is 2, already halogen atom is present, this is halogen atom is present. What is the total valency of carbon atom? It becomes 5. When the valency of the carbon atom is converted into, that is 5, slowly what happens? The bond between carbon and halogen is also weakened. When the bond between carbon and halogen is going to be weakened, it is going to be carrying partial double bond character. So carbon-carbon double bond character. Now this particular carbon atom is having partial sp2, it is also having partial sp2. Now this particular structure is referred to be as baby alkane. Now this particular state is commonly called as what? Transition state. It is referred to be as what? Transition state. Greater the stability of transition state, greater is the rate of elimination of alkyl halide. This is also called as elimination. As the particular transition state is going to be more stable, more is the rate of elimination of what? Hydrogen and halide. That compound undergoes elimination reaction very easily. Now what happens? Actually it is not the two-step reaction, it is going to be only one step. Everything takes place in a single step. The next molecule is going to be, this is R. After eliminate this halogen is eliminated, this is also eliminated. Next one is CH double bond, it is CH2 plus H2O. This is going to be H2O, OH plus this is KX. Now this molecule is called as an alkene compound. Students, concentrate here, same alkyl halide, same alkene, same alkyl halide, same alkene, but it proceeds in different path. Now it is called as E1 reaction, that is unimolecular elimination, and this particular reaction is called as bimolecular elimination reaction, and here it involves the formation of transition state, here it involves the formation of carbocation. Here rearrangement is possible, here there is no question of rearrangement of the molecule. So final product is going to be respective alkene compound. And one thing, E2 reaction takes place in case of what? Anti-elimination. Anti-elimination means hydrogen and particular halogen are the leaving group that should be present in an opposite plane, that is opposite direction at an angle of 180 degree, that is commonly called as anti-periplanar position. So the product is going to be alkane. So this is the difference between the mechanism of what? E1 and E2 reaction. This is unimolecular, this is bimolecular. Exact difference between E1 and E2 is going to be the important difference. This is taking place in presence of weak base. It is taking place in presence of what? Strong base. Sorry, I forgot to mention this one. It is taking place in presence of strong base. And here carbocation formation takes place. There it is going to be transition state. Greater the stability of carbocation, greater is the elimination of respective alkyl halide. Greater is the stability of transition state, greater is the elimination process of respective alkyl halide. In both case, formation of alkene takes place. Then what is the order of elimination of elimination reaction in case of alkyl halide? Tertiary, secondary and primary if you are observing. In both the reactions, order of elimination takes place in this particular direction. This is going to be methyl halide. Primary alkyl halides are least reactive towards elimination, whereas tertiary alkyl halides undergoes elimination reaction very easily. Reason is that there is a formation of particular carbocation. This is applicable for both E1 as well as E2 reaction. So this is the mechanism of E1, that is the mechanism of what? E2 reaction. Just to copy it. Fine. This is E1 mechanism, that is E2 mechanism. First I will remove only E1 mechanism. I will go with some of the examples. Some of the examples I will consider here. Number 1, CH3, this is CH, this is CH3, this is Br. When this molecule is treated with alcoholic KOH, it is commonly called as what reaction? Dehydrohalogenation, as I mentioned earlier. Dehydrohalogenation reaction. Remember, why it is called as dehydrohalogenation? A removal of hydrogen as well as halogen takes place. What is the product after removal of hydrogen and halogen? Concentrate here carefully. This is alpha carbonatum, this is beta carbonatum, this is also beta carbonatum. If elimination of halogen takes place from the alpha carbonatum, elimination of hydrogen takes place from the beta carbonatum, both beta carbonatums are equivalent, hence the formation of what compound takes place? CH3CH double bond CH2 plus, it is KBr plus it is H2O. What's the name of this alkene? It is going to be the propene. This is a very simple reaction, conversion of two bromopropane into respective propene compound. Right. Another example, if I consider this is CH, it is Br, next one is CH3. When this particular compound is subjected to dehydrohalogenation in presence of alcoholic KOH, which is alpha carbonatum here. The alpha carbonatum in case of this compound is, this is alpha, this is beta and this is also beta. Elimination of halogen takes place from the alpha carbonatum, no doubt this bromine is eliminated. Whether hydrogen is eliminated from this particular carbonatum or from this carbonatum, depending upon the elimination of hydrogen atom from the two different particular beta carbonatum, here two products are possible. Here I will consider this elimination, first elimination takes place from the beta carbonatum, this is CH double bond CH and CH3. Remember, formation of alkene only takes place here, plus one more product. If hydrogen is eliminated from this carbonatum, what is the product here? This is CH3, this is CH2, this is CH double bond CH2. If hydrogen is eliminated from this carbonatum, this is the product. What is the name of this one? It is but2e, and product obtained here it is going to be but1e. Now out of these two products, but2ene and but1ene, which is a major product here, major product is going to be this one. Why it is commonly called as major product? Because it is more substituted alkene. Here product is going to be stable, product is going to be which one? That is going to be more substituted alkene. Remember, more substituted alkene is a major product in case of this elimination reaction. More substituted alkene means you can say the particular the compound with the alkene which is having more number of alpha hydrogen atoms. Wherever more alpha hydrogen atoms are present, that particular alkene is going to be the more stable, and that is a major product, and this one is said to be the minor product. What's the number of alpha hydrogen atom here? This is the carbon-carbon double bond, here 3 and here 3, totally 6 alpha hydrogen atoms are present. And here carbon-carbon double bond, this is the only 2 alpha hydrogen atom. Naturally, the compound which has got 6 alpha hydrogen atom is more stable compared to this particular but1e. So this is the major product, this is the minor product. In case of examination, if they ask what happens when 2-bromo-butane is treated with alcoholic AOH, you have to write both the products as major as well as minor. Another important thing in the previous class, yesterday while completion, I have mentioned about 2 different types of product. That is, one is going to be the Seiser product, one is going to be the Seiser product. Next one is commonly called as what? Hoffman product. Now, in case of those 2 alkenes, in case of these 2 alkenes, which is Hoffman product and which is Seiser product, in most of the elimination reaction, the product obtained is going to be according to Seiser. What is that Seiser product? Whatever the alkene is produced, if it is more substituted and alkene is said to be more stable, that is going to be always Seiser product, and remaining less stable product is going to be what? Hoffman product. The Hoffman product is always minor product in most of the cases, and this is commonly called as Seiser product. This Seiser product is going to be what? More stable, and Hoffman product is going to be what? Least stable. So this is Seiser product and this is going to be the Hoffman product in case of this dehydrohalogenation. Okay. Next we'll move on to next example, another example, how the formation of Seiser and Hoffman product takes place in some other compounds. I'll go with another example. So this is clear. Seiser product is one which is more substituted, which contains more alpha hydrogen atom. Hoffman product is one which is less substituted and which contains less number of alpha hydrogen atoms. Okay, this is CH3, next one is CH, next one CH, this is CH2, and here it is CH3, this is Br, here this one is CH3. If you go with this particular compound, when this compound is treated with alcoholic AOH. Alcoholic AOH. What is the product obtained in case of this particular reaction? The product obtained in case of this particular compound CH3. What is the name of this one? It is 2-bromo-3-methyl. It is going to be butane compound. 2-bromo-3-methyl-butane compound. So I will consider this particular example after one more simple case. This is CH2, this is CH2, it is Br. Okay, this is the another particular compound. It is alpha hydrogen atom, this is going to be beta hydrogen atom. If alpha and beta hydrogen, alpha carbon atom and beta carbon atoms are present here, so the product obtained in case of this one is, it is CH3, next one CH, next one CH3, this is CH double bond, it is going to be what? CH2. This is the only alkene possible in case of this particular product. Because in case of elimination, especially in case of beta elimination, removal of hydrogen atom does not take place from this particular carbon atom. When the removal of hydrogen does not take place from this carbon atom, only from this carbon atom hydrogen, from this carbon atom halogen is eliminated. So this is the respective alkene obtained in case of this reaction. One more example, if you consider, this is CH3, it is CH3, next one is CH3 and it is Br. Tertiary butyl bromide. When it is treated with alcoholic AOH, potassium hydroxide, what is the product? Elimination of this particular, elimination of halogen takes place from this carbon atom, it is alpha, it is beta, this is also beta, this is also beta. Remember, elimination of hydrogen atom takes place from any of the carbon atom. Anyway, halogen atom is eliminated from this carbon atom. So what's the product here? This is CH3, next one carbon. Here I'll write CH3 and here this is double bond CH2 plus KBr plus this is H2O. What is the name of this alkene? This alkene is going to be 1, 2, 3. It is 2-methyl propene compound. There is no possibility of another particular compound, so only 2-methyl propane is a respective compound obtained in case of this one, because halogen is eliminated from the alpha carbonatum from the adjacent beta carbonatum. Whether it is from this carbonatum or from this one or from this one, it makes no difference. So the product is going to be 2-methyl propane. Wherever there is a possibility of 2 or more different types of alkane takes place, 2 or more different alkene takes place. If I go with another examples, this is CH2, next one is CH2, and this is CH3, this is chlorine. Now here if it is treated with alcoholic KOH, potassium hydroxide. Now this is alpha carbonatum, this is beta carbonatum, and this is going to be beta carbonatum. In case of this one, whether the hydrogen is removed from this carbonatum or from this carbonatum, it makes no difference. So the only product possible in case of this one is CH2, CH double bond CH, and this is CH3. What's the name of this one? It is going to be pent 1-ene compound is there. Pent 1-ene. Similarly, if I go with another similar type of compound CH, this is CH3. This is going to be Br. This example is very similar to that one. There are only 4 carbonatum. Here I took 5 carbonatum. When this is treated with alcoholic KOH, when it is treated with alcoholic KOH, 2 different products are possible. One product is CH3, CH2. This is CH double bond CH and CH3. Next product is CH3, CH2. This is CH2, CH double bond CH2. Now between these two products, which is the major product and which is minor product, this one is going to be the major product and this one is going to be the minor product. It all depends upon the number of alpha hydrogen atom. The total number of alpha hydrogen atom in this molecule are 5. The total number of alpha hydrogen atom in this molecule are only 2. So because of the difference in the number of alpha hydrogen atoms, so 2 different products are possible. It is having more number of alpha hydrogen atoms, so major product, and this is minor product. Tell me which is Hoffman product and which is going to be the Sager product. The particular alkene which is more stable is going to be always Sager product. This is the Sager alkene, and this particular compound is taking place according to what the Hoffman formation. So this is called as Hoffman product. Minor product is usually Hoffman product and major product is going to be what? The particular Sager product. So this is about dehydrohalogenation of some of the alkyl halides. Whether it takes place through E1 and corresponding E2 so that depends upon the conditions. Whether we are using strong base or corresponding weak base. By using all those conditions, you can identify whether it follows E1 mechanism or corresponding E2 mechanism. Okay. Just now we have mentioned that usually in case of elimination reaction, whether you go with E1 or corresponding E2 elimination, Sager product is going to be more stable compared to Hoffman product. Fine. Sager product is more stable. It is more substituted. It contains more number of alpha hydrogen atom compared to Hoffman product. So Hoffman product will be what? The minor product, and Sager product is going to be what? The more stable product and major particular compound. There are some particular exceptions. There are some particular exceptions. Remember, exceptions. What exceptions here? Hoffman product is major product than Sager product. Usually Sager product is going to be major product compared to Hoffman product. But here some exceptions are going to be there where Hoffman product is going to be major product when compared to what? Sager product. Some particular exceptions are there. Around 4 different exceptions are there. First one, under what condition Hoffman product is major product when compared to Sager product? First case, number 1, when leaving group is going to be very poor. When leaving group is poor leaving group is taken, in that case half one product is going to be more, that is major than the corresponding Caesar product. One example for this particular condition, leaving group is going to be poor. This is CH3, next one CH2, next one CH, this is CH3, this is going to be F. What is the nature of this fluorine? Fluorine is going to be, what is the order of leaving group? Iodine is a better leaving group, stronger leaving group compared to this particular bromine, chlorine and fluorine. Fluorine is going to be considered as a poor leaving group when this particular reaction is carried out in presence of alcoholic KOH. Alcoholic KOH. Two products are possible here. This is alpha, this is beta and this is beta. If no doubt alpha hydrogen, alpha carbon atom eliminated, this fluorine is eliminated. If hydrogen is eliminated from this carbon atom, but-1. If hydrogen is eliminated from this carbon atom, but what? 2-ene takes place. So I'll write both the product. This is CH3. Next one CH, double bond CH and CH3. Another product is what? It is CH3. Next one CH2, CH double bond CH2. Okay. So this is about the presence of two groups here. This is the presence of two groups in case of the molecule. So two products are possible here. Two products are possible in case of this reaction. Okay. Now, in case of these two products, which is Hoffman and which is Caesar, that will not change. That Hoffman product remains. This is going to be what? The particular Caesar product which is having more number of alpha hydrogen atom. This is going to be Hoffman product. Hoffman product. But condition is that this becomes a major product here. This becomes a minor product. In almost all the reactions, Caesar product is going to be major product. But here Caesar product is going to be minor and Hoffman product is going to be major whenever there is a presence of poor leaving group. So formation of but-1 is going to be major and formation of but-2 is going to be minor. Instead of fluorine atom here, if the particular compound is containing any other leaving group like bromine or iodine, in that case same product is going to be there, but this becomes major and this becomes what? Minor product. So this is one condition where Hoffman product is a major product when the leaving group is going to be what? Poor leaving group. Second condition is that in second case, where is that formation of Hoffman will be the major product and Caesar will be the what? Minor product. When the base is going to be, whatever the base we are using, base is bulkier in nature. When the base is going to be bulkier in nature, if the base used in case of this elimination reaction is going to be bulkier in nature, in that case the formation of Hoffman product is going to be what? Major one and Caesar product is going to be minor. This is CH3, it is CH2, this is CH, next one is CH3, this is Br. Fine. If this is treated with a particular base, that is CH3 thrice, this is CONA. Sodium tertiary butoxide. Sodium tertiary butoxide in presence of what? The tertiary butyl alcohol. Now this one is going to be in stronger base in presence of this particular stronger base. What are the products here? Products are found to be same. No difference in case of the formation of the product. CH double bond CH. This is CH3. Next one. This is CH3. This is CH2. CH double bond CH. Now this is called as the Caesar product as in case of the first example. This is commonly called as the Hoffman product. But what is the difference here? Again this becomes the minor and this becomes what? The major product. These are some exceptions. First exception is that when the leaving group is found to be poor leaving group, Hoffman will be the major product. When base used is going to be bulkier in nature, in case of that particular reaction is also Hoffman product is going to be what? The major product. So these are the some two particular reactions where Hoffman product is going to be major. except these corresponding reactions, I will go with another two example. Except these four condition, in all other cases, Sesa product is going to be more, I mean a major product when compared to half one product. As I mentioned, these are some of the exceptions. Next condition, when primary or secondary alkyl halides, having gamma quaternary carbonate, wherever such condition is going to be used, in that case also half one product is going to be what? The major product. I'll go with an example here. This is CH3, next one CH3, this is CH3, it is CH2, next one CH, this is Br, and this is CH3. What is the type of alkyl halide it is? It is 2-degree alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide, having gamma quaternary carbonatum. So this is alpha carbonatum, this is beta carbonatum, this is also beta, but this carbonatum is gamma. Wherever such type of bulkier groups are present around the gamma carbonatum, in that case also, in this case also, what happens? Half one product will be the major product. So what are the two different products here? One product is going to be CH3, this is C, carbon, this is methyl group, it is CH2, okay, this is CH, double bond CH and CH3. This is one product. What is another product? Another product is CH3, CH3, this is CH3, it is CH2, this is CH, double bond CH. If elimination of hydrogen takes place from this carbon atom, it is this compound. If it is elimination takes place from this beta carbon atom, this is the product. So which is half one product and which is Sesa product here? Which contains more number of alpha hydrogen atom is always Sesa product. This is going to be the which one? The Sesa product which contains more number of alpha hydrogen atom. This is going to be half one product which is major product here. Again here major, and this is going to be the minor product. This is the third condition where, third particular example where half one product is going to be major product and compared to what? The Sesa product. First one leaving group is going to be poor, next one base is going to be bulkier in nature, and after that whenever any type of the alkyl halides, that is primary or secondary alkyl halides having gamma quaternary carbonate. So this is some particular examples where the half one product is major product. In examination you may come across with the particular reaction, which of the following compound gives half one product as a major product. Follow these particular conditions. And last one, last case, number fourth one, when leaving group is bulkier in nature. Wherever leaving group is going to be bulkier in nature, in that case also half one product will be what? More, major product when compared to the Sesa product. One example, CH3, CH2, this is CH, next one CH, this is CH3, this is S, it is methyl, this is going to be the methyl, and here this is going to be the OH. So this is the molecule when it is subjected to dehydrohalogenation. When it is subjected to dehydrohalogenation, what are the products possible here? The products are found to be already here, those products here. It is CH3, next one CH2, CH2, this is CH, double bond, right, CH, it is CH3, and another product is CH3, this is CH2, CH2, CH, double bond, it is CH2. So this is, naturally it is Sesa product, and this one is going to be what? Half one product. This is the major product, and this one is going to be the minor product. Remember only these four cases. In only these four cases, Hoffman product is going to be the what? Major. Except these reactions in all the reactions. Except these reactions in all the reactions. Caesar product is going to be major. Only in case of these four reactions, wherever conditions are applicable, Hoffman product is going to be major. Once again, I will clarify about these four. Whenever the leaving group is going to be poor leaving group, Hoffman product is major. Second one, whenever the particular compound is having a bulkier base, when the base is going to be bulkier, Hoffman product is major. Whenever the compounds of primary or secondary alkylates having quaternary gamma carbon atom, Hoffman product is what? Major. When the leaving group is going to be bulkier in nature, in that case also the particular compound having Hoffman product as a major product and Caesar product as a minor product. Except these four reactions, in all other reactions, what? Hoffman product will be minor and Caesar product is going to be what? That is the major product. Fine. This is clear. Very important one. So many times they asked about this in examination. In which of the following compound Hoffman product is major? In which of the following compound Caesar product is going to be what? The major product. Generally Caesar product is going to be major product except these four reactions. Copy it first. Shall I remove this one? Yes. First copy it. Let us discuss some of the questions. Some of the questions we'll discuss here. First one. CH3, H, this is H, HCl, this is H, this is H. You can take this one as CH3. What is the product of dehydrohalogenation in this molecule? Which product is possible in case of this one? As it is going to be following E2 mechanism because of strong base. And one thing already have mentioned, E2 mechanism, E2 reaction takes place in case of anti-elimination. With respect to anti-elimination reaction, this reaction takes place. Anti-elimination means already two products here, just to identify the correct product in case of this reaction. So here, if the particular halogen atom is removed from this carbon atom, if hydrogen atom is removed from this one, this is double bond and this is going to be which one? It is CH3. Next one, this is CH3 and this is H. Another product is going to be possible. What is that another product? It is not plus, we can say R. Another product is going to be possible, that is, this is going to be the double bond, elimination of atom takes place, and here it is, this one is CH. So what is the correct product obtained in case of this reaction? Whether it is going to be first compound or it is going to be the second compound. Very clearly you observe this is the elimination of halogen takes place, no doubt about this one. When it is going to be anti-elimination, elimination of hydrogen takes place from the opposite side. So this hydrogen atom is from the same side, so this hydrogen atom is not eliminated. When this hydrogen atom is not eliminated, the compound cannot be this one. Hydrogen atom eliminated from this carbon atom, so this hydrogen atom is eliminated. Since it is an anti-elimination, so the correct product double bond formation takes place between these two carbon atom, not between these two carbon atoms. So this is the product obtained in case of the dehydrohalogenation of this particular compound. Another example we will consider here. Another example, second one. This is the one particular group. Okay. Here there is a presence of which one? This is wedge structure CH3. This is found to be another one group is present. It is what? CH3. Now this is the particular chlorine, and here there is a presence of which one? Hydrogen. Hydrogen. So what is the product of dehydrohalogenation of this compound? Alcoholic AOH followed by heating. So here also this is found to be an anti-elimination E2 reaction because of strong base alcoholic AOH. Here chlorine atom is present in case of dash format. This is going to be two methyl groups are present in case of wedge structure. This chlorine and this hydrogen atoms are present in case of dash structure, means both are present away, both are going to be from the same side. When this particular chlorine and hydrogen atoms are present, both are present in case of dash. If both are present in case of wedge, then elimination of this chlorine takes place but not this hydrogen atom. When elimination of this hydrogen atom does not take place, naturally this is going to be which carbon atom? It is commonly called as alpha carbon atom. This is beta carbon atom. This is also beta carbon atom. Here also you can observe the presence of two hydrogen atom. In case of that one hydrogen atom is present like this wedge. Another hydrogen atom is present in case of this particular dash structure. So which chlorine and which hydrogen atom is eliminated? No doubt there is no question of elimination of this hydrogen atom. Elimination of hydrogen atom which is represented, because this chlorine and this hydrogen should be in anti-periplanar. Anti-periplanar means those should be present at an angle of what? 180 degree. So the product will be. So formation of double bond between these two carbon atom. It is not between these two carbon atom. This group remains as it is CH3. This is found to be the hydrogen. Elimination of this particular, which one? The halogen chlorine atom takes place. Formation of double bond takes place between these two carbon atom. So this is the product obtained. Double bond is going to be between. Why this hydrogen atom is not eliminated? Because these two are not present in anti-periplanar structure. Hence the formation of product will be this alkene. It is not found to be some other compound. Copy this. Simultaneously you concentrate on another question. If the compound is having, this is one group, that is CH3. This is another particular group, that is also CH3, and here this particular chlorine atom is present here. So what is the product obtained in case of this compound? Alcoholic AOH. What is the product obtained in case of this molecule? Copy it. I'll review these two questions. What's the product obtained in case of those in this dehydrogenation? This is chlorine present in case of dash structure. These two methyl groups are present in case of wedge structure. When chlorine is present here, no doubt here also one of the hydrogen atom is taking place, but it is not alpha elimination, it should be beta elimination. Here hydrogen atom is present in which structure? Dash structure. Here if I write hydrogen atom here, this is going to be present in case of this one. And here also hydrogen atom is present here. Hydrogen and this chlorine, or this hydrogen and this chlorine, are not eliminated from the same direction. Hence it should be, if chlorine atom is present in a dash bonded, and hydrogen atom should be present in case of wedge. Here also at this beta carbon atom or at this beta carbon atom, hydrogen is not present in case of wedge structure. So there is no reaction in case of this molecule. With respect to that molecule, no reaction, because there is no possibility of dehydrohalogenation, because chlorine is present in this one dash bonding, and hydrogen is also present in the same structure, both are in the same direction. It is not anti-periplanar position, so it is not the process of dehydrohalogenation, so there is no reaction. Another one example, that is, I'll go with conformational isomers of this one. This is Cl, it is CH3, this is going to be H, it is C2H5, I'll consider this one. This is going to be what? CH3, this is H. One structure. Another structure, this is Cl, it is CH3, this is going to be H. Here I will write the C2H5. Next, this one is going to be which one? Hydrogen. It is going to be methyl. Next, this is the particular compound chlorine. It is methyl. This is hydrogen. Here hydrogen. This is CH3 and this is C2H5. And fourth structure is what? This is Cl. This is hydrogen. It is CH3. This is C2H5. Next here it is going to be which one? CH3. This is going to be H. Now this is the first molecule. Let us consider this is the first molecule or A. This is B. Next one, this will be C and this is D. Question is, out of these four molecules, which one undergoes E2 elimination reaction? Out of these four structures, which one undergoes E2 elimination reactions? Very easily. These three structures are going to be commonly called as eclipsed or staggered. First, second and third one is commonly called as staggered conformation. Probably in case of conformational isomers, Newman and Sohars projection formulae. This is the Newman projection formulae. First three are going to be staggered and this one is commonly known as eclipsed structure. It is partial eclipsed structure. It is not almost fully eclipsed structure. It is partial. No doubt. Now, out of these, no doubt these particular molecules containing hydrogen as well as halogen. When hydrogen and halogen is present in case of this particular molecule, dehydrohalogenation takes place. But the question is, out of these four molecules, which one undergoes dehydrohalogenation, that is E2 reaction, very easily. Already I have mentioned in case of E2, that is the eliminating groups must be present in case of anti-periplanar position. Wherever the hydrogen and halogen atoms are present in case of anti-periplanar position, then the particular reaction takes place, that is E2 reaction, bimolecular elimination. Here chlorine and hydrogen are not present in case of anti-periplanar position, that is both the groups must be present at an angle of 180 degree. This is hydrogen, this is chlorine. If you take this is chlorine, it is not possible. This is hydrogen, it is hydrogen, this is chlorine. Here also it is not correct. This is chlorine and this is hydrogen. Both are present in case of anti-periplanar position at an angle of 180 degree. So this is the molecule which undergoes E2 reactions very easily. So here also it is not possible. The correct structure related to what E2 reaction must be this one. It is anti-periplanar position. So E2 reaction takes place readily. Students, this is about the elimination reactions in case of various type of molecule. I have not discussed only by considering the alkyl halides. With respect to alkyl halide, elimination means it is a dehydrohalogenation. In NCERT it is mentioned as only dehydrohalogenation reaction. Already I have explained about dehydrohalogenation reaction. Suppose if you go with alcohols, this is a molecule of alcohol CH3, this is going to be OH. Here also elimination reaction is going to be taking place. Elimination in presence of a particular dehydrating agent, elimination of the compound takes place. The product of elimination in case of this one is also going to be this one, that is going to be commonly called as but1ene as well as but2ene also takes place. Here also formation of but2ene takes place. Remember, this is also a type of elimination reaction, but these are alcohols. In case of alcohols it is known as dehydration, but in case of alkyl halides, elimination reaction is generally called as what? Dehydrohalogenation reactions. I have discussed about the mechanism of E1, mechanism of E2, differences between E1 as well as E2. Some examples also I have considered, especially dehydrohallucination. The common reagent used in dehydrohallucination is alcoholic AOH or alcoholic NaOH, or it is sodamide, or it may be compound of sodium hydride, ammonia. Those compounds are generally used for elimination of hydrogen as well as halogen. So those reactions are commonly called as dehydrohallucination reaction. One point to be remembered in case of dehydrohallucination, there is a possibility of two products. One is more substituted alkene, next one is less substituted alkene. More substituted alkene is always called as Seiser product, less substituted alkene is called as what? The Hoffman product. In most of the reaction, Seiser product, that is more substituted alkene, is a major product, and less substituted alkene, that is Hoffman product, is a minor product. But I have explained about 4 exceptions. In those 4 reactions, Hoffman product is going to be major product compared to what? The Seiser product. In case of those 4 reactions, just to remember about that. And afterwards I have explained about, we have discussed about some of the questions, how the process of elimination takes place in case of different compounds. And wherever there is a possibility of rearrangement, if there is a formation of carbocation, naturally carbocation will undergo rearrangement. Wherever rearrangement is possible, so after the process of rearrangement, after the formation of more stable carbocation, then elimination of hydrogen takes place to form 2 different types of alkenes. And usually remember, Seiser product is more stable compared to Hoffman product. Reason also I have given, Seiser product is more substituted alkene and it contains more number of alpha hydrogen atom compared to what? Hoffman product. This is about complete elimination reactions, right? After completion of elimination reactions, next we have to go with which one? The action with metals. There are so many reactions where alkyl halides reacts with metals such as sodium, alkyl halide react with the zinc metal, alkyl halide reacts with different type of metal like sodium, lead halide, magnesium. We have to discuss about some of the properties related to what? The reactivity of these compounds with metals. After this, we have to go with properties of halorine. That is somewhat simple. We can complete very easily because there is no any mechanism we have studied in class 11th itself. So directly I'll go with the reactions. If it is necessary, just I'll mention about the mechanism in brief. So that is about the properties of halorine compounds. We'll discuss after the properties of this particular haloalkenes. Only one property is left out, that is action with metals. Till now we have completed in the properties of haloalkenes about nucleophilic substitution reaction in detail. We have discussed elimination reactions, we have discussed in detail, and lastly we have to discuss about the reactivity of haloalkenes with metals, and last one is going to be which one? The chemical properties of halorine compounds. Some substitution reaction, reduction reactions also we come across. So after that, polyhalogen compound, that is also there in case of syllabus. We have to discuss about the preparation and properties of some of the polyhalogen compounds. So next class will continue, students. Thank you.